Bonjour and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. I'm Vern.
I'm Vic, and welcome to the Defcon Rugby Show Friday edition. Vern, the rugby weekend has already started.
Has?
Did a Super League game this morning, not a high scoring game, but it was quite interesting. And I thought a little bit of a surprise win there. But I was looking at the statistics, and we'll get into that afterwards. Let's have a look at the topics that are coming up today. There you go. Put them out there for you. We'll talk Investor Cup. We'll talk Challenge Cup. We'll talk a little bit of Super Rugby, a little bit of a preview what's coming up next week in the URC. Top 14, Gallagher Premiership, Japan League, and Ladies Six Nations starting tomorrow, man.
Okay.
And we did it last year. Don't be like Yanre and the dumb asses. Don't roll your eyes on the
I didn't roll my eyes.
No.
That World Cup last year was good, man.
It was very good. So those are our topics for today. Let me put that out there like that. Put it there you go. We'll put out all the DEFCON levels quickly. There you go. So where are we at? I mean, Investor Cup and Challenge Cup is going into the final round. Do you know that never since the Investec Cup has been taken place, a South African team has ever even got to the semi-finals, not even to the quarterfinals.
So they're the island of the World Cup.
They're the whales of the bloody world, of the Investec Cup, man. Come on. Look, we've got Italian. Okay, the Sharks did win it, the Challenge Cup once, okay?
I don't even count the Challenge Cup, man.
That's like, the Investec Cup is the filet mignon, and we won the Hamburger League.
But the Budovos title.
Italian teams, you got more you got Italian teams doing well in this stuff. It's a little bit of a stray. So I'm going. Look, for me, it's DEFCON 2 because it's holy crap. How can you have a competition with the world's best rugby clubs and there's not a South African team in sight?
It's pretty obvious. We're not good.
We're going to send another Artemis rocket out to go look for them. They're not.
But I'm really looking forward to that French game on Sunday, man.
I'm actually looking forward to the Bath against Saints game tonight. That should be.
Come on, Bath.
Interesting. I forgot that Thomas du Toit played for Bath.
He does.
That's how I put him on the thumbnail. I put him on the thumbnail. I didn't even load that thumbnail up here to tell you what's coming up. So, DEFCON 2, let's go.
Vic, your sound is very low, says Brian.
My sound is very low. Well, maybe I just have to bring this. My
Normal.
sound has always been good, actually. I can talk a little bit louder. Yeah. Okay, I'll put it up a little bit. There you go. Can you hear me better now? So let's get straight into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Vern, we are now officially 69. Good number. 69 people away from hitting the 150,000. Did you think we get 150 by this stage in our careers?
Never, man.
No, just don't be a slob, man. You're a mongrel.
Never
ever. No, I didn't think it. But guys, if you want to get hold of us there, look, I did see. Did you see the emails? Some people getting hold of us and want to help us improve the channel. We must read through those mails.
Good stuff, man.
That's good. We go. There you go. But let's all start. Let's start with the elephant in the room this week, the good one. Let's start with an Investec Cup tonight. Bath against the Saints. Your son is playing tonight.
Leave that one alone, man. Why you do that, man? You just want to piss me off there. Just fuck off, man.
Bath against the Saints. Who have you got in this one, man? Who have you got?
It's 1 against 2 in the Premiership. I mean,
I'm going Bath all the way.
I'm going Bath as well. No, I want Bath to win.
I think the Saints are going for a Bath.
No, they're going to go marching out. That's what the Saints are going to do.
Now look. If you look at it, what have we got? What have we got left? We've got three English teams, the 2 best UCR teams, and then the French. No, there's no Welsh teams in there. There's no Italian teams in there. There's no South African teams in there. Did I say there were no South African teams in there? Did I tell you that?
You can say it again.
No South African teams in the Investec Cup.
Okay.
So it's the quarterfinals, not. So let's see who gets to the semi-finals. Let's see who gets to the Warriors against Toulon.
Another great game.
Look, Toulon, who is like the 7th or 8th team in the French league, took care of your mighty Stormers, who weren't that mighty. I still see people complaining about the referees. I don't understand it. I think the Warriors are going to win this one. They're playing on the plastic pitch, remember?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Warriors as well.
And then Leinster against the Sail Sharks. I think Leinster are going to
Hammer them.
destroy them.
Yeah.
And then the big one, which we're going to do on Sunday, most probably together. We are doing it together. Bordeaux against Toulouse. You going Bordeaux or Toulouse?
Listen, I was looking at the teams, right? And I was going through that.
You can't read.
Yeah, but I was going through that Bordeaux team. You got Maxime Lucu on the 9. You've got Mathieu Chalabet on the 10. Louis Bielbarri on the 11. Euphrem Mofana on the 12. You got Nicolas Deportier on the 13. You got the whole French back line there. You still got one of my favorite hookers there. I have a lot of good favorite hookers, but Maxime Lamotte.
How about you pay for them there on Mermaid Avenue?
I don't know. Maxime Lamotte there, he plays fantastic football. It's going to be a cracking game, man.
So are you going Toulouse or are you going Bordeaux?
I don't have to decide. Why do I have to decide?
Well, I'm going Toulouse. I think because
Fuck it, I'll go Bordeaux.
They still have Thomas Ramos.
I'm going to say something now. I think these two teams, Bordeaux and Toulouse,
this is the final for me already.
It's the best two teams in the world, club teams.
I would concur, you know.
No.
Look, I mean, you look at Toulouse. I mean, what a matchup. You got Lucu playing against Dupont. The two, number 1 and number 2 of France, playing against each other. Then, I mean, Thomas Ramos in the back line. I mean, it's quite a formidable team, Toulouse. Got a great pack.
You got Penot. You know, didn't get selected for the French team. He's got something to prove.
Penot would walk into I would
any
say
team.
just about every national team, maybe other than the Springboks, and at the moment, maybe on that position, he wouldn't walk into the New Zealand team. He walk into Ireland, France, of the French
England, any team.
He's sensational, man.
Fantastic.
So I've gone out on a limb. I've got Bath, Warriors, Leinster, Toulouse. That's me.
I'll go Bath, Warriors, Leinster. Just because you took Toulouse, I'll take Bordeaux.
Okay, there you go. Then we move on. Because the second tier competition, Ulster against La Rochelle. I can't see the French losing here, Vern.
Listen here, La Rochelle came down to the Stormers, right? With a junior team, and they look decent. So if they go with the first team, it's going to be a tough game. I still think it's going to be tight, but I'm going to go with the La Rochelle.
Look, we're going to do a program once on these French academies. Have you seen what these young French academies are? You know, everybody talks about the young talent coming out of South Africa, right? But these young talents in France get to play rugby.
They do. The French are producing fantastic players, man.
Montpellier against Connacht.
Montpellier, they are at home, so I'll go with them. But it's going to be tight.
Because I hope Montpellier hammer them, because your Stormers are playing Connacht next week, and we need the Stormers to win there if the South African teams want to all make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then two of the worst teams in the URC, they are in it. Zebre and the Dragons. No Sharks, no Lions, no Stormers, no Bulls, but Zebre and the Dragons are in.
I'm going for Zebre, Forza Italia.
Yeah, me too. Nothing like a good spaghetti there, you know. I prefer spaghetti to Welsh rabbit. And I'm going.
So they still say Vic, your mic is very low. No, it's not playing in the butt, Brian. Thanks for that.
Benetton. Oh, I'll do it like this now. I'll put the microphone to my mouth here.
Scream, Vic. Scream, baby.
No, I'm not screaming. I leave the screaming to you. I think I'm going with Benetton against the Chiefs. I think the Benetton going to hammer the Chiefs.
I want Benetton to win.
Benetton. You look at the players Benetton got. They got like half the Italian national team, and the other half is the Argentinian national team.
Yeah, there are a lot. Yeah, they got a lot of good Argentinians playing. There's a lot of South Africans still in here as well.
No, it's good. So I would go this week. I'd go 2 times France, 2 times Italy. That's what I'm going for.
Fuck, I have to concur. It hurts me.
course you concur, because you go with the clever brother. The dumb brother just follows the clever one. We know that. There you go. Then let's talk about the Super Rugby. I did that game this morning. Highlanders 10, Brumbies 14. It wasn't the offensive, how do you say?
Highlight.
It wasn't an offensive highlight. Lots of handling errors, but it was tight defense and stuff like that. And the Brumbies, the Brumbies did it at the end, and the Brumbies are looking good for the playoffs now.
What I really loved of that game was the chat. The chat was amazing.
Oh, geez, we had some crazy people in there, and I hope they're in there tomorrow morning. Because let me just show you guys, before we go into the games, or we can do it this way. We know that the Waratahs have got a weekend off, so let's have a look at the games. We'll go one by one. So our first game tomorrow morning, that's going to be with me really early in the morning. Moana Pacifica hosting the Chiefs. Look, Chiefs are obviously the big favorite here. But what I've learned in the Super Rugby, from one week to the next, you never know who's going to turn up.
No, but Chiefs are definitely the favorites for this one.
Oh, by far. And then just after that, that'll be at 6:30 in the morning. Kind of the two teams are trying to not get the wooden spoon. But I mean, look, Western Force turned up last week.
Did?
Yeah, so it's the Drua against the Western Force. That's always a tough one when you got to go to Fiji.
Fiji's tough in Fiji, man.
It is. It's really tough. So I would actually go with the Fijian Drua in this one.
I'll have to concur.
Then the big one that you're going to be doing, that's going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. That is the Hurricanes against the Blue. I think, that Toulouse against Bordeaux is like the ultimate thing from the Northern Hemisphere. I think this is the Southern Hemisphere answer to that.
Definitely.
This is a great game. I mean, you're going to see New Zealand All Blacks all over the place. You've got Ruben Love. You've got the bloody Barretts there. You've got them all there, man. This is going to be monster.
Can't wait
to do that one. So that's cool. And then afterwards, the Reds against the Crusaders. I think that's going to be tighter than a lot of people think. I think the Reds have got a chance in this one.
You never know what the Reds are going to do. They're like, one week they play fantastic.
The Reds are real freaking dingo mongrels. You never know what they're going to do.
Up and down.
They're like, what's his name? Forrest Gump, like a box of chocolates. You never know what's going to happen. You just never know. But let's have a look at that Super Rugby table quickly. So look, so you got the Hurricanes there out on top. Same amount of points as the Blues, but a game less. The Brumbies are now moved up into third, followed by the Chiefs. The Crusaders in fifth, the Reds in sixth. I honestly think that's going to be the playoffs. I really already now think that's going to be... The Highlanders not making the playoffs. I think they're just too inconsistent. And the Waratahs, the no sense Waratahs, not the New South Wales, no sense whatever Waratahs. They make too many mistakes. And then the Force, the Drua, I think they'll fight out for the second. I think Moana come in last.
I have to concur again. That's sad.
It's sad for me. I'd love to see Moana in the final, But listen, I want to get back to that game from this morning. I mean, there's some good young talent. People, everybody, when you talk, a lot of South Africans or the English, you talk about rugby and you only see what the Springboks are doing, right? But if you look at club rugby and stuff like New Zealand and Australia got a lot of good young talent coming out. So do the other countries, but I wouldn't, the New Zealanders think they're going to win the World Cup, okay? The English think they're going to win the World Cup. The French think they're going to win the World Cup, and the South Africans think they're going to win the World Cup, okay? Now, maybe all of them, maybe they all have a legitimate thing like that. But don't count out the Aussies, man.
They're playing at home. They are. And the momentum is definitely on the up for them, so...
Most definitely. No, most definitely. I do like that. I really, honestly, and I'm telling you now, New Zealand sacked the coach and all that stuff. We don't know what this new coach is like because we haven't seen them play yet.
No.
But only a freaking idiot would rule out New Zealand to win a World Championships.
Definitely.
You can't rule them out.
Never,
ever. Then, so that's what's kind of live on this weekend. Of course, we'll go to the Women's Six Nations. So France take on Italy tomorrow, hoping for an Italian win. Well, it's probably not. Then England against Ireland and Wales against Scotland.
Listen here, I know the ladies, and it's between England and France like it is every year.
You know them. How well do you know them?
I know them well, man.
Okay, there you go. So we will be doing some of these games. We'll definitely be doing the England against France women's game.
Okay, thanks for informing me on that one.
Because Vic likes the ladies. You know that I try to keep him happy, man. I'm doing that. There you
Hard
go.
job.
Then I can tell you that the Japanese league, there's no games this weekend. There's a weekend off in Japan. They got a weekend off, but that would be the fixtures there for you guys. And then, of course, the Gallagher Premiership. Those are the next games coming up. No, obviously nothing going on this weekend. And then let's have the top 14. There's some good games coming up here in the top 14, Vernon.
Yeah, that La Rochelle Bordeaux one.
That's a nice one, yeah. Custers, Toulouse, Racing against Paris, also another good game to watch. And then, of course, next week it is the URC is back, Vern.
Can't wait.
The Bulls are away to the Dragons. I expect to win there, and I expect the Stormers are the ones that hold all the cards now for the South African teams. Because if Connacht wins that one, the Sharks won't be making it, guaranteed. But if the Sharks got to still win in the Ospreys, hey, it's a good start. It's a lot of good. And I don't see Munster going to Benetton and winning, because Benetton's playing really well lately.
Scotty Dawson just is in the house and says, Les Kiss isn't doing well with the Tars, though. He's not doing well with the Tars, but it's a whole different ballgame from a club to a national coach.
But look at the players he has at the Waratahs compared to what he's going to have for Australia. You can't. I mean, look, I would have made Jamie Joseph the coach of the All Blacks. I think he's a great coach.
Yeah, you'll talk a bit louder, Vic.
The Highlanders, right?
Yeah, talk a bit louder, Vic.
I will talk as loud as I can. There you go. I don't know what's wrong with the sound today. I must fix it afterwards. Is that better now? Oh, well, there you go. Maybe that's better now. Should be better now. And,
I hope so.
Somebody give me a thumbs up, yeah. So no, that's kind of the rugby that's coming up in the next few days. Of course, next weekend, I don't know how I'm going to fit it in. Somewhere we're going to fit it in, but it's the Rugby Sevens from Hong Kong, and it's part of the World Cup. It's the World Cup Sevens. The world champion is. There's 3 tournaments to decide who becomes world champion. So, and the ladies from the Springboks are there as well. Those are the Blitzbokke women, or whatever you want to call them. So I'll be doing that because I do love the Sevens. Of course, I like New Zealand. I like the South African ladies, but obviously Vic will be rooting for the Aussie ladies, because my crush does play for Australia, Madison Ashby. Vern, you don't know these ladies because you haven't been watching Sevens rugby.
Isn't it? A lady that can bench press more than me is, I don't know, it scares me.
But they got some good players. Madison Ivy there as well, good players. Now we'll be doing the Sevens as well. But hey, let's wrap this one up because we've got a lot to do tonight. You doing basketball? Monaco against Barcelona. I think that's at 19:20 Central European time.
Yeah.
And I'm doing Bath against. Tell me, against your favorite team there, the Northampton Saints. And I'll be there at 10 to 9 in the evening with that one. That's going to be a cracker. So, guys, have a great day. Vern, anything else to say?
No, I'm just really looking forward to that Bordeaux Toulouse game. I'm going to watch you with the Bath against the Saints. Go Bath! And otherwise, tomorrow after.
I got to say one more thing. To all the South African rugby players from the Bulls Alliance, enjoy your braai this weekend because that's all you got. No rugby this weekend. You know what? If I was the coach of those teams, if I was the owner, I'd say, you mongrels, I'll make them practice Saturday and Sunday.
That's a good idea.
There you go. So I'm off. See you guys later. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.